Many electric car owners are actually ruining their batteries and range with their own hands by purchasing popular accessories they buy thinking, "This makes my car look cooler." They head to online shopping sites to make their cars look sleeker or to protect them. However, some of these enthusiastic purchases can actually damage the delicate engineering of your electric car. Unfortunately, our old habits from traditional cars don't mesh well with this new generation of sensitive technology. In this video, we're covering the 5 accessories that harm your electric vehicle. If you treat your car like the apple of your eye, make sure to follow this list carefully from start to finish, because you're likely using at least one of these 5 items in your car right now. 1. Metallized window films. You might be thinking, what harm could a window film possibly do to my car? I can almost hear you saying, it's just a film. This is one of the least known yet most critical issues in the electric vehicle world. It may seem simple, but it can cause more damage to your vehicle than you realize. Some budget or older technology window films sold on the market contain microscopic layers of metal and aluminum designed to reflect solar heat. Electric vehicles' autopilot, navigation, Wi-Fi, and cellular data antennas are typically located behind the rearview mirror or on panels just below the sunroof. When you apply these metallized films to your car, you create an artificial Faraday cage around it. This significantly reduces the signal quality of the antennas. Navigation may become inaccurate. Autopilot may lose its internet connection momentarily and shut down, and the in-car system may experience constant freezing issues. That's why I recommend being very careful when choosing window film for your car. I advise using ceramic-based window films that don't block the signal. Sometimes trying to save a few dollars can end up costing you more than you expected. Number 2. Non-aerodynamic, heavy, and open spoke wheels. Most of us find those plastic wheel covers on our cars visually appealing. There are thousands of drivers who remove those covers just to make the look cooler or install large open spoke heavy aluminum wheels sold at auto shops. In electric vehicle engineering, the top priority is to minimize air resistance. Factory-made EV wheels are designed to be smooth and closed to slice through the wind like a knife through butter. When you remove those covers and replace them with open-spoke classic wheels, you create air turbulence inside the wheel well. Simply because of this poor wheel choice, you could face a serious, unexpected range crisis during highway driving. That's why my advice is, if you want an aesthetic change, instead of replacing the wheel itself, opt for aerodynamic wheel covers specifically designed for electric vehicles or lightweight closed aero-wheel designs. Of course, some of you might say, the original covers are so ugly that I don't care about range at all. What do you think about this? Let's discuss it in the comments. Number 3. Autopilot Steering Wheel Weights. We see that many electric vehicle users, especially on long drives with autopilot engaged, use these weights, or autopilot weights, to avoid the "keep hands on the wheel" warning on the screen. At first glance, it might seem like a tempting shortcut, a convenient trick. You might be thinking, the car's driving itself in the lane anyway, so I'll just attach the weight, lean back, and check my phone. But the situation is far from as innocent as it seems. It's practically like traveling with a ticking time bomb. Electric vehicle steering wheels are equipped with extremely sensitive torque sensors that measure whether your hand is there and the millimeter level resistance you apply. When you leave these illegal weights attached to just one side of the steering wheel, the system assumes there's a human hand there. However, the steering motor and sensors are forced to contract in the opposite direction by millimeters for hours on end due to that constant weight. Over time, this causes the sensor's calibration to drift completely, leading to overheating in the steering box and premature wear on the gears and motor mechanism. The result? It's not just a mechanical failure. While driving, there's a risk that the autopilot could suddenly and unexpectedly disengage without any warning, right in the middle of a turn. Imagine the car experiences a sudden software glitch, shuts down, and at that moment, there's no human hand on the steering wheel. You're not only putting yourself and your loved ones at serious risk of an accident, but also risking your wallet with the astronomical steering box repair costs you might face at the service center in the long run. Number 4. Front grille protective mesh and bumper covers. Let's move on to another popular accessory installed with the best of intentions, and especially beloved by new car owners: front grille mesh and bumper covers. Thousands of drivers install these simply to protect the car from rocks hitting the radiator. Of course, this is an old habit carried over from internal combustion engine vehicles. However, the situation is very different with electric vehicles. Even though electric vehicles don't have an internal combustion engine, they feature a very powerful liquid-cooled radiator to keep the massive battery pack and the power inverter at the ideal temperature. The mesh screens attached in front of this radiator significantly restrict airflow and create wind turbulence. The vehicle cannot cool the battery, especially during summer months or while at a DC fast charging station. When the system cannot draw in air, it reduces the charging speed to the lowest level to protect the battery. Exposing the battery to consistently high temperatures can lead to premature cell degradation and a gradual reduction in your range over time. So, while trying to protect the car, you might be unknowingly straining its heart, the battery, a bit. Number 5. Low-quality cameras and lights powered directly from the fuse box. One of the first things we do when we buy an electric car is to have a dashcam installed or add ambient lighting inside. In traditional cars, it's simple to tap into the electrical system from any random spot in the fuse box. However, the 12-volt systems or new generation lithium-ion battery systems in electric vehicles are extremely sensitive to even millisecond-long current fluctuations. Those low-quality cameras or ambient lights bought cheaply online can continue to draw irregular current through the fuse even while the car is in park mode. Since the electric vehicle's main computer detects this current leakage, it simply cannot enter deep sleep mode or deep sleep. Because the system stays on all night, the small 12-volt battery powering the car's brain can completely drain. When you get to your car in the morning, you might find that the doors are hard to open. Worse yet, if the service center detects unauthorized electrical tampering, your vehicle's warranty for that specific component is seriously at risk. Long story short, if you want to protect both the lifespan of your electric vehicle and those frustrating warranty processes, I'd advise you to stay as far away from these 5 accessories as possible. Remember, these vehicles aren't the old-school plug-and-play mechanical cars anymore. They're a whole different world managed by software, sensors, and delicate voltage balances. While we're trying to protect the mechanics, we need to avoid unintentionally straining the electronic system. So, is any of these currently installed in your car? Or which one on this list do you think is the most dangerous or unnecessary? Let's meet in the comments and discuss this topic. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on practical tips like this from the world of electric vehicles. See you in the next video.